Hello and welcome. Today I have the Suntour AX 5000 rear derailleur. I believe this is a touring derailleur, probably released somewhere around the mid-80s, no doubt. I really like the design in general. It's just really well made, everything on it. It's missing a screw here, unfortunately it's bent. I might be able to bend it back in. So I'm going to disassemble this derailleur and give it a clean, and then reassemble again. So let's start off with jockey wheels. It has a really weird sizing. It's a number 9 if you want to know. I'm just going to undo this with my plier. So let's take off that other one. Bit stiff. Okay, finally got it off. Okay, so put that on the side. I'm going to take off these limit screws. So we're going to remove this. Oof, my god. We've definitely removed it. So I just took out the, I'm taking out this pivot bolt. There was a seal here. I need to go and find the part that went flying off somewhere. Here there's a clip you need to remove. No doubt it's very dry underneath this. Right, so I gave up trying to remove this. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I was tired. I woke up this morning finally after a night of dreaming, and managed to figure out a way of getting this out. Essentially, the spring here, this one of the parts here, was just stuck on the back of this plate, I think, and I could not take it off. So I had to put this in a vise and get one part that was stuck on here and put something in front of it to be able to give space for the pivot bolt to come out. And on the other side I used like a socket to push against the pivot bolt on this side, and eventually I managed to free it, but it took me a good hour actually of working, figuring out how to do this. But anyway, it's come out finally, so now we can move on to the rest. I'm going to get rid of that spring that was inside. So the bolt's still here. I'm going to try and see if I can remove this now. So I can't actually tell if it's the actual bolt that's stuck on here, or if there's a ring that's wrapped around this pivot bolt. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to push out some more. Finally freed up the pivot bolt. I don't know if that's on purposely intentional to keep this like this. I don't think so though. I think it was just for whatever reason stuck. Maybe it's corroded here. So anyway, finally got that out. There's a seal here, I think. Yeah. Right, well, I thought this was going to be a quick project, and in the end I just spent quite a bit of time just taking off the parts. But maybe that was for good reason, as potentially all the pivots and everything on this was dry anyway. So I'm going to give it a clean, and we're going to reassemble everything back together again. Right, so I've given everything a clean. A little bit skeptical on putting parts back, as I'm not quite familiar with this type of derailleur, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. So let's begin. So I'm going to begin with things that I do know, such as seals and the bolts, as their specific size, so we know that they're going to go in certain places. Fairly large seals here. On top of here there's a seal. Next there's 2 thin washers, and put the last one on. So after that we have the big bolt that's going to go through here. Now it appears like just when I was removing that I'm going to also need to somehow push this to go through. Okay, so that's gone through. So I'm going to put that other bolt through here. On top of that there was a type of spacer, but we need to put the spring first. Okay, so we're going to put the spring back in, and you'll notice on the interior that there are 3 options that allow you to change the tension of the spring. I'm going to play it safe and put it into the middle. So we're going to put grease onto this and then I'm going to put it down. Okay, so on top of this spring there was also a this kind of spacer washer. On top of that is another type of washer. Now I've put grease on this already, so we're going to sit that there. So I'm going to put some Loctite on the threading to prepare for the next step. Is we're going to install this back on. Just like on the interior of the knuckle, there's 3 holes again to choose from. So I'm going to put it on the middle one. And now what we're going to do is we're going to push down, tighten up this bolt into the threading of the jockey wheel cage. Okay, so that's in place. Now we're going to be going anti-clockwise. Can now add on the stopper that's here. Perfect, and now you can let go. We're going to tighten this now until there shouldn't be any play. Looks good to me. Now for the harder part. So again on this one there's 2 holes to choose from. I'm going to choose the less tensioned one. So as for this part here that's going to attach onto the tip of this spring, there's only 1 hole, so there's only 1 place to put it. Unfortunately, I can also not easily push this part in, so I'm going to need to use the clamp again to push that into place. It's just not going in, the bolt's not going through. I don't know if this is on purpose or not. It seems very odd. So I'm going to need to get a clamp, and then after I'm going to be able to push this into place. So here I am with the clamp. I'm using that to guide this cage part, the metal plate that's holding the spring on the other side. Okay, with a bit of pushing I managed to get that on. Put the clip back on here. I'm going to put these screws back in place, the limit screws. Putting a bit of general purpose mineral oil just to make it more smoother. So for the jockey wheels it's a weird number 9. Smooth, it's done. Right. Nearly forgot that there's a limit screw here. My one was bent. I've had to re-bend it back into place. I'm not too sure about the removal of this specific pivot bolt. I should have done a bit more research on that. You know, I started, so I had to terminate the endeavour. I hope this helped you at least do some kind of service on this derailleur if you have one or similar. So this is really nice, the smoothness of that. Thank you for listening, and peace out.